Now, the reason this one failed is because I actually started this business with an ex-partner. I needed to cut the business off. But don't go into business with boys. So I'm 24 with 4 failed businesses. Let's talk about it. So getting straight into it, the first business that I had was doing acrylic nails, and this business was actually my baby. Like, it didn't have a name, it wasn't like a serious business, but it was almost an accident. I feel like this is what like almost birthed like an entrepreneur. But when I was about 14, I used to love artsy things. I used to do my nails for school all the time. I'd spend hours doing my nails, but they'd be like really graphic. And back then, not to toot my own horn, but no one was doing graphic nails like that. But I'd draw everything on my nails, like from Oreo logos, Skittles logos, Louis Vuitton logos, cringe. What else did I do? Barbie nails, back to school nails, BB pin. Do you remember BBM? Blackberry? Yeah, I used to do that on my nails. Google logo, YouTube logo. Listen, I did it all, and I was actually really good. And I also used to do like 3D nail art, so I'd use like acrylic and mold like butterflies, bows. What else did I do? A few flowers, a few different things. But because it wasn't set up to be a business, it was not sustainable, and I used to spend really long, so it was never going to be like a money making thing. Like, I'd spend 3 hours on one person's nails. It wasn't making sense. And I charged like a tenner. Bless me. I don't even feel like that was covering the cost of the equipment that I was getting probably from China, to be fair. But yeah, it was always going to be a failure, let's be honest, but it was a success at the time. Like, I felt great at the time. It didn't feel like a business, I will say, and it wasn't even my idea to start charging. Like, people would literally just offer me money to do their nails because I'd kind of just post about it, and they'd be like, oh, can you do my nails? And it was really good. Shout out to all the people at my school that used to come to my house to get their nails done, and all my sister's friends that used to come to get their nails done as well, because those grown people. Even though I was 14, they were grown, coming to get their £20 sets, because the older ones would pay a little bit more. They might give me like a little £15–20. But yeah, that was my first business, doing acrylic nails. I would never do it now, just because what I'm trying to move away from is being the business. Like, if I'm the only person that does the nails, I'm not trying to do that anymore. Anyways, moving on to business number 2, which was custom trainers. So when I finished uni, I was adamant I was not trying to get an office job. I went to uni and I studied geography. Please just don't ask questions, just listen to the story. I don't know why I did geography. I was good at it, and I wanted to move to uni. I moved to London for uni. And I got an A in geography A-level, so yeah, it was given. So I did geography, but I knew I wasn't trying to get an office job, and even with geography, it's not really like a tailored thing like that, so it's not like I could go straight into like a career. So I'd end up doing something unrelated anyway, and that weren't about to be my story. So I started customizing trainers alongside modelling at the time. To be fair, do we class modelling as a business? Let me know in the comments, would you class modelling as a business? All throughout uni and up until about 6 months ago, I was doing modelling. And that was my main source of income when I first finished uni. So that's when I kind of started doing the trainers. So the modelling was very inconsistent, and I had no control over when I'd get booked or when I'd get paid even. Like, there's some jobs I wouldn't get paid for like 6 months. So I needed something that was a little bit more stable, which is what made me do trainers, because I quite liked art. As you can tell, there's like a little bit of a theme going on here. And I was pretty good at custom trainers as well. Like, I did pretty all right. But again, it was the issue of it takes me so long to do this art. The amount people are paying right now just wasn't adding up, so I'd spent ages for decent money, but also not very much in correlation with the amount of time that I spent on an item. But I was not too bad. Again, I'll insert pictures, let me know. Let me know which one is your favourite pair of trainers, because most of the stuff was trainers, but I did do a few jackets and bags here and there. My favourite item, actually, I've still got it to this day, is a bag that I painted Biggie Smalls' face on, and it had like the Coogie. To be fair, it wasn't my original idea, I definitely copied someone. I did a lot of copying back then as well, sorry. But it's still my favourite drawing or painting to this day. But yeah, failed business number 2. Now, failed business number 3 is a bit more of a key. Now, the reason this one failed is because I actually started this business with an ex-partner. I'm saying partner like I'm some grown woman. Well, I am a grown woman, but anyways. I started this business with my ex, and long story short, I was trying to get out of that relationship. It wasn't given, and I knew to be able to get out of the relationship, I needed to cut the business off. So the reason I started in the first place is I was doing my customs and the person just kept trying to get in on the things that I was doing, and I kind of felt like, this is mine. So how about we start something else and you can be a part of that, but I don't want you to be a part of what I'm currently doing. Which is where that came into hand. They had experience with like bartending and cocktails and things like that. So pair that with delivery service, which happened in lockdown. It was a great time. Everyone was ordering cocktails to their house. It was great. But it got to a point where we were doing things like Valentine's Day would come around and we'd do like boxes that you can get delivered to the person, or Mother's Day ones. Did we do Mother's Day one? I might be lying. But either way, we were doing like little gift things and it was going really well. Like we'd max out in the amount that we could do. But I needed to cut ties with the person. I knew that if I tried to break up with the person and still had the business, I'd definitely use that business to get to me because it wasn't given. So yeah, I had to say goodbye to that business. But that's not to say I wouldn't reinvent it in the future, new and improved. I don't think I'd do cocktail deliveries, but a bar in the future, who knows, who knows? Stay tuned. Now, my fourth failed business was a social media management company, and I'm actually going to tell you the name of this one, which was Easy Social. I don't want to tell you the name of the other ones because cringe. I don't want you to go look for them. Plus the cocktail one, who knows if I'm going to use that name in the future? I probably won't now. But this one was called Easy Social, and the incentive, you can steal this idea, was to just make social media management super easy for businesses. This was failed because I actually didn't want to do this business. Like, it wasn't my idea to do the business. It was actually just like pushed on me by a family member that was like, oh, do my socials and start a business with it and you can do other people's socials. And it was a good idea, but my passion wasn't in there, so it just wasn't going to happen. But one thing that I did learn that was really valuable from this business was outsourcing really early. So straight away I was outsourcing the work and just eating what was left in the middle. So I was paying someone to do the actual social media and the management, and I was just taking a cut from, you know, from the client, connecting that person. They wouldn't really speak, so it would all go through me. So I'd pay that person to the social media management, that person would pay me, and I'd eat the difference, and that was great. That kind of gave me like my first insight into building a business that was sustainable, which I feel like is really valuable. But again, I just never really put too much time and effort into this business. Like, it never really grew. It was never something I even got around to promoting because I wasn't necessarily proud of it. It didn't come from my passion and my vision, so it was just a bit like, oh, I'll do it, but it didn't last. However, I'm currently working in a business that is very similar and aligned with that one, funny enough. So it came around 360, but I'm not going to reveal anything too soon, but stay tuned. What I will say is, if you have a hair and beauty business, you're going to want to tune in even more because it is super relevant to you. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful and you learnt from it. My biggest lesson from this video is don't go into business with boys. Boys, go into business with men, have contracts, but don't go into business with boys. Lesson of the day. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one.